take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic, dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Down. 185. Move that down. You got three down. Come on, 16. I'm coming, 16. You run. You draw corporate. Okay, baby.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
OP. Hey, 734.
Throwing again on second down. Carr, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Okay, needs to start heeding their advice. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time. That'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
24. 26. Shoot. I got it. Let's go.
Watson off play action. And what a catch that time by Landry. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2nd and 5 now. Carr. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Jacobs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The first down run with Chubb is going to go nowhere. He's, in fact, going to lose a couple. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing on third down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a second down.
18-yard line.
87, 19, 54, 54. It's just me and you.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Third and long, it's Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Third and 1.
This is it. 19. 124. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 54.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Hey, 7:34.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And got his man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, Watson. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st. They go play action here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Hammy.
Under 10.
694. Hey, I-7.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down. Mike 2, Mike 2. Go, go. Situation, let's go. Mike 2, watch 2, watch 2. Oh,
Shotgun now for Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Black. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 17, Carr. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Kill. Later 9. 5. Mike 6.
From the gun, it's Carr. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
I'm going to hit you all day.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you're all looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Quick dash. Go. Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift. Check 31. And let's go.
Now a give right side. Grant. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line. Check 3.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Carr. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The throw complete here to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. To throw his Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
93.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
I got you. Motion. Check 37.
A give running right is Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This one caught out wide by Landry. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here's Jacobs. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Jacobs looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down.
Recon, 152 fighter.
One final try now for Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Browns, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.